Is this official countdown, Jim? I guess we'll find out. You look marvelous.
Marvelous.
All right, well, here we are, the Microphone Insider. Not sure what happened there. We had something new and improved, and well, actually just new. Not so much improved, I guess. Anyhow, this is the Microphone Insider back after our little vacation for the month of August. My name is Jim Frank. You know that. Terry Briscoe, he is our live announcer. He's somewhere. I'm not sure where he is, but we are back ready to go with a new setup, new lineup, new time. And you may notice to my... Is that my right? My left? Anyhow, over there, Rebecca Lee, our new host. Everybody, put your hands together. Please make some noise for the one, the only, the talented Rebecca Lee.
Oh, I was like, where's the rest of them? Hello.
Rebecca,
Happy to be here.
Tell me a bit about yourself. Let the listeners know who you are if they don't already. I've been stalking you for, I don't know how many years now. Almost 2 years this September. It is September, so 2 years now. Cool.
There you go. Well, I'm going to read a little bit of this, y'all, just in case, because I don't know myself that well. I had to write myself down. It's like a plant medicine journey. Never mind it. We'll talk about it later. Hi, y'all. I'm Rebecca Lee, a.k.a. Vox Dea, which means voice of goddess. I'm based out of ATL, but I do currently reside in beautiful Playa del Carmen, Mexico, where the beaches are hot and the mezcalitas are cold. I hung out my shingle in voiceover officially in 2017, though I had a few jobs before that, but I knew I could make it in 2017 and really believed in myself. But I went full-time in 2020. I do primarily commercial, promo. I've got some in-show narration, video games. I absolutely love to travel, and I've been to all 7 continents. I'm still hungry, still traveling all the time. Just got back from Burning Man, if we have any fellow burners in the audience, anybody out there.
I'm more of a gummy person, actually, but whatever. Just saying.
Well, they had that too, honey. And I love gardening. I love vegetable gardening. I have a 9-year-old son, Xander, our chocolate Havapoo Zuli, and my gorgeous lady, Dorian. So life is pretty sweet. And thanks for having me so much, Jim. I'm happy to be here.
Well, welcome to the Inside. We're glad to have you here. Michael Gonzalez says hello. Jeff Younger says, yay, Rebecca. Maurice Scott, happy Thursday. He says, hey, Rebecca, as well. As always, if you guys want to ask questions of our special guest this week, by the way, is Dave Walsh. I mean, how else would you kick off season 2?
Walsh, right.
Dave mother effing Walsh. Exactly. Walsh.
That's how my mother describes me.
Oh, excellent. Voices from beyond. Anyhow, if you have a question, write it in the comments. Put a Q in front of your question if possible, just to make it easier for me to see as we go out throughout the show. We have a jam-packed show for you. Once again, thank you for being a part of the Inside. Season 1, so much has happened. We did so much last year as far as the guests, the workshops. We had Christmas in July, over $13,000 worth of stuff that we gave away. And how do we beat that this year, this season?
Well,
we're going to have
our
to.
best try.
That's
right.
all it is. That's right. So microphoneinsider.com is the place to go. Let's see, new time. We are starting an hour earlier now. I know it says it's the wrong time up top there, but that can get fixed pretty quickly as far as I'm concerned. So if you see those numbers, don't worry about it. Actually, with the magic of Jim, it's fixed. So we're starting at 7 o'clock now Eastern, 4 Pacific, just because I have a nightlife and I enjoy hanging out with my wife. And at 9 o'clock my time is just a little too late to sit down and really hang out and do anything with her. So there's the reasoning behind that. I have notes too here, Rebecca. Hold on. Let me, new host, check. New time, check. New workshops. We have workshops that are happening. It's on the Microphone Insider right now, themicrophoneinsider.com. If you look right up top there, you can see the email at the website address. Coming up, we have J. Michael Collins, September 17th. All of those participant tickets are gone, but we do have tickets for auditors. So feel free to take advantage of that, and you will be able to use the special code that I'm going to give you. Not right now. It's going to happen after the show. What's going to happen is you get 20% off. Pretty cool, huh? See, what else we have? We have Liz Atherton. Yeah, from Cast Voices. Liz Atherton is going to come on and do a workshop with us in, I should have wrote this down, November. The first Saturday of November. What's that? November 2nd, I think. She's going to be doing that with us. And then Mark Sweeney. A lot of people may not recognize the name Mark Sweeney right off the bat because he is kind of overshadowed by another name of Tina Marasco. But they both are casting directors for Sound and Fury. And Mark is a phenomenal coach. Every time I try to hook up with him to take his class, it's always sold out. So, the best way to do it, just hire the guy. So we got him coming in December 14th, I think it is. It's a Saturday, September 14th. So if you want tickets, go to themicrophoneinsider.com. Of course, I am never prepared, as I never are or am. We're going to have a 20% discount code for you that I'm actually, believe it or not, as I'm talking, I'm going to try to create it. Or as we're doing the show.
Okay.
So I will have that coupon code set for you because I want to give it to you tonight to take advantage of it. It's only good until tomorrow night at midnight Eastern time. It's a limited time only. It's for listeners only.
You gotta hop on it. Create that urgency, Daddy. Yes.
I am not posting this anywhere on the Facebook page or anything. This is just for you guys listening. Okay, so I will have that together before we end the show. You will get that code. I promise you. Let's see. What else is going on in the world here? I guess that's it for now. Did I do everything? Terry?
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. Yep.
All right, Rebecca, this is the Microphone Insider. Speak when you need to. Interrupt me when you have to, which you'll probably have to a lot.
And will.
Tell me to shut it if I need to. Spank me if I want. No, spank me if I need it as well. Something like that. Either
That
way.
was a profession of mine in another life, so I'm all over that too.
Was
Hello.
it really?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And actually, just getting back from Burning Man, that was my function. I worked in am I allowed to say this? In a Playfully Yours, which is a light
Of
kink
course
camp,
you can say stuff in
I
here.
was the dungeon master in the camp, so.
Oh.
Flogging, spanking, like, And this is a wonderful introduction. Hey, y'all. We just met. Sorry that's really the first things that you're learning about me, but yeah.
My mom's listening too, so that worked out pretty good. Well, I mean, let's just take it to a whole new level then. How's that sound?
If Terry can cook it, you can too. His friends are his reason to bring food to you. Chef Briscoe Power, bringing dinner to yours and mine.
All right. And Terry, I don't have the
much.
pictures up because we were talking, and of course, I'm not prepared. I'm never prepared. When am I ever prepared? Never. Let's just do it like this. Here we go.
Look at
this.
There we go.
Oh yeah.
Terry can
Well, we
cook
got
it. We
fall
figured we
coming
start
right
off
on
with a
up,
drink,
so,
right,
you know,
Terry?
If Terry can drink it,
If Terry can drink it, you can too.
All right.
yes, I can.
What do we have, Terry?
There's an endorsement.
So today we got the autumn sunshine with autumn right around the corner. We wanted to give you something nice, refreshing, and colorful to drink. So today, the autumn sunshine. Your ingredients are ice cubes. You need 1 fluid ounce of maple syrup. I like bourbon maple syrup. You need at least a shot of bourbon and 1 shot of brandy-based orange liqueur. I got Grand Marnier. You need 1 orange juice. and keep one of those peels cut into a 1 inch thick strip for something later. You need a half of fresh lemon juiced. And your steps are: chill that martini glass that you're going to pour that in first. Place ice into a shaker. Add all those beautiful ingredients into that shaker and shake it, shake it, shake it for 15 seconds.
Shake it,
Then
shake
you
it,
want to
shake it.
lightly
Shake it, shake it.
burn the orange peel to activate the oil inside of it. And you want to rub that
Oh,
peel around the rim of the glass and
rub
give that a
it.
nice rim and then just
Mm.
drop it right into that cocktail.
This is
And
getting
bam,
nasty. I like it.
This is
I might
the
need a
autumn
delightful.
drink.
sunrise. The autumn
Right.
sunshine.
Hello.
Hello.
Terry, thank you,
Hello.
Heyo.
man. We're going to put
Yeah,
this up on the
Terry.
Facebook page because if Terry can cook it or make it or drink it or shoot it, you can too. Let's play the song one more time. Why not? That's always a lot of fun to do. Hold on, one more time, just for.
If Terry can cook it, you can too. His friends are his reason to bring food to you.
Bring it on home.
Chef Briscoe Power, bringing dinner to yours and mine.
And singing the song, as you guys all know, Mike Cunningham. It is getting steamy up in here. Yes, it is, Steve Wards. It's getting a little steamy for Steve. Um, Mike Cunningham, you guys know him, you love him. He's one of our guys here, and he's going to have a segment coming up, starting with our next show. Actually, Mike's going to be doing something called Tech Tips. So basically, he's going to give us not so much try to fix our problems, but someone's watching you, Rebecca. Hold on. Hey, Dorian. We'll have her home soon, I promise. Okay.
Oh boy.
So Mike's going to do tech tips. Mike has this uncanny ability to find the incredible deals. It's amazing. Hey, Mike, I'm looking for a 416. And while we're talking, he's like, well, check out this link. Check out this link. Check out this link. And he finds
Just
all
like
these
that.
great deals on great equipment. And he also has a lot of tech knowledge as he has. He's an IT guy as well. So he's going to come on every show and give us a little tech tip, whether it's a website with some cheap equipment or, some new update that's coming out that's screwing up all of our interfaces because we know how updates are just terrible. So let's just have the Dorian show for a second here. Hold on a second. Hey, little LOL. And Janice made the
Hi,
show.
Janice.
So
What
glad
up,
to
boo?
glad to have you here because she couldn't make it before because of the time. Now she can. This is the wrong time on this one too. So, Mike Gonzalez. Mike found me an amazing laptop.
Oh,
so there you go. Mike has
There
done
you
a
go.
lot of great work within the community. So I'm very happy to have him on board. You may be asking, what happened to Grace? Grace is still with the Microphone Insider. When Grace and I first started talking about the Microphone Insider, she had this idea of having TMI, too much information, to share with everybody, which we do with the website, with the Facebook page. And my mind thinks like a radio guy and want to, broadcast and grow and do all these things. So we decided to have two divisions. I'm going to take the show, hence Rebecca Lee as our new co-host. And Grace is going to focus on the Facebook page. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the amount of stuff that has been posted there over the past month and a half has been amazing. Amazing Grace. No, I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay.
No two-part harmony with that. Okay. All right. Either way, a lot going on. So Grace has that happening. So psyched to be here. I want to get to our guests because I know
Let's
you
get
guys
to 'em.
probably have a lot of questions. Once again, if you have any questions for our guest, Dave Walsh, put them in the chat and please write a Q in front of them just so that we're able to know it's a question. And yes, Stephanie, Grace does rock. Absolutely. Oh, before we go, I have to say one thing. I didn't know this, and I don't know if our listeners know this, but if you've watched the show, you absolutely know the name DF Raisin. You know that I may, I've made cracks about DF, what DF stands for, and DF and I. His name's Daryl. We met at VOA Atlanta. Great guy. I'm afraid of him. He could kick my ass, but great guy. But I found out that he was in a car accident or a pickup truck accident. I think he has a pickup truck. So DF, if you're listening, if you're out there, I haven't seen you comment. Nothing but love and respect and thoughts and prayers going to you, my friend, for a speedy recovery. I do plan on reaching out to you off air just to say hey, because I haven't seen you around, and now I know why. So if you guys know DF, reach out to him, give him some love. The man deserves it. All right, let's get to our guest, and we're going to do something a little different when we introduce our guest today. So, Terry, take it away.
Hi, Terry's chin.
Terry, I can't hear you. You're on mute.
Uh-oh. Don't look at me.
Sorry. I'm
Nope.
back.
There you are. Okay.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Coach and TrueTell founder Dave Walsh believes that whether big or small, every voice matters. After years as a successful voice talent himself, voicing campaigns and networks from Hyundai, AT&T, CBS's Big Brother, ABC, Shell, and NBC, Walsh's career was debilitated by severe vocal cord strangulation, after which he retrained his voice to speak a more authentic, successful level of connection, which he calls the true tell. Dave's life purpose is now to coach actors, executives, and others to identify, use, and embrace the sound of their true, authentic selves to communicate more effectively with those in their professional and personal lives. Okay, insiders, let's give a warm welcome to Dave Walsh.
How the hell am I supposed to follow the dungeon master after that? What the hell am I supposed to talk about that anyone's going to be interested? Terry's
At this
pushing
point.
booze. Terry's pushing booze. You're pushing Burning Man. What the hell am I supposed to do?
Just
Welcome
be
to the
your-
party.
Right.
Well,
I love it.
Wait, we still have amphetamines available.
Shit, whatever was left over.
Yeah, I mean, you can always push those.
I love that, man. This is like launching into a podcast like I've never been in before in my entire life. I'm like, all right, it's all good.
Yeah. We are nothing
good.
like anything you've experienced. And it only goes
No, but
downhill
thank
from
you.
here. So, yeah, hang on. It's going to be a bumpy
Absolutely.
ride.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it. On Rebecca's first show and the first show of the second season. That's awesome. Congratulations.
When we decided to take the month off, I looked ahead. I said, you know what? Coming back with Dave Walsh, you really can't
That's
top
the
it.
move.
So that is the move. Exactly.
God
Dave,
help us all.
Dave Walsh.
Not
David
A.
B. Walsh. Like Megan Thee Stallion. Like that's
Yeah.
the,
It works for you. If it works for you, baby. If it works for you, baby.
Now,
But anyway,
it-
again, thank you guys. Really,
anything.
truly.
Hey, love to have you back again at some
Yeah.
point. You know, we haven't crossed paths, you and I, and not until Costa Rica.
Yep. Till we
Which
went
was
to
kinda
vacation
weird
in
to
Costa Rica. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like when I first met you, it was like I had known you for so long. And it's happening with some people in the business where, you know, we all know each other, we know about each other, we're around each other. You know, I met Rebecca a few years ago at J. Michael's Dublin conference. We were up till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I wouldn't even talk about that night. That was an interesting evening. We were all up. It was a fantastic meeting. And then when you and I, Jim, met in Costa Rica, it was cool. We met not in this kind of a format. It was more really about there was in a workshop, and it was really kind of. It was an interesting kind of thing because you were at the back of the room. Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
You were
And I
sitting
was
at the back of the.
bawling
Yeah, I
my
remember.
eyes out, but go ahead.
exactly.
Yeah, but it was. I remember it was. You were really. There was a real vulnerability to you in the room that day, and I was like, "Who is this guy?" I've never. And I knew your name, and so when we met, I was like, "Okay, now I connected it." So yeah,
Right.
that was the first time. It was only about 5 months ago.
That was very weird. It was what, back in April, yeah. It was very
That was April.
weird when you asked me a question, and I forget what the question was, but it was a vulnerable question. It was something that for some reason I felt very comfortable in a room of 150 to answer.
Yeah.
And I believe it was something about being lonely or something about going through this journey by myself, or it had to do with
Something like
I don't
that.
remember it exactly. And I wasn't quite sure what your whole deal was, to be honest with you.
Like, who is this guy?
I mean, I've heard of Dave Walsh. I hear great things about Dave Walsh, but I don't hear things that Dave Walsh does that's great. I just hear great things about Dave Walsh. Dave's a
Right.
great guy. Dave's a great coach. And so I decided to make sure I sat in on that. And man, you bring this is a different element. You bring something crazy to the game.
Listen.
It really, what's happened over the last couple of years is it's expanded. Like the work that I'm doing, which is one-on-one with clients, which is all the time, which I absolutely love. When we get into situations like Costa Rica or Atlanta or wherever, and whatever the dynamic is, the fact that we all work together as a community in the room, you can feel you've felt that energy.
Oh, definitely.
Where everybody works together in the room like that, and live audience work like that for me is just it's really started exploding for me over the last couple of years, and I love what people get out of it.
I have to
You know what
ask.
they
it's really
get
cool.
out of it? What they get out of it is tears. Because you know what, Dave? I'm tired. You make all my friends cry. Never me because I'm a G, for example. But everyone that goes to anything that you speak at, they come out just boohoo crying. It's therapy and coaching mixed in one. And so I don't know. It's a little scary. It's a little intimidating. But you always come out enriched. Again, so I've heard allegedly because
Nothing phases Rebecca.
She's like not doing. I'm nothing. She's a brick wall. We won't get past that
No.
brick wall.
you did get me one time. You did get me one time, yeah.
I have to
it's-
ask
it's-
Dave. Sorry, go ahead. I'll ask
No.
afterwards. Follow.
No, please go ahead.
All right.
What are you gonna say?
Costa Rica.
Yeah.
There was one lady that dominated most of the conversation with you.
Yeah.
Was that a plant? I have to ask.
No,
I
it
mean,
wasn't.
that was just something that I was shocked that I said the answer that I said, because I wasn't about to give that answer. I wasn't even going to raise my hand. But the answer she gave, and I don't want to get too personal about it, but a family member had passed away like 4 days ago.
Yeah. And she came to Vocation. She came to, for those of you that don't know, this was the Vocation conference that Jamie Moffat and Karen Gilfrey create every year. And so she had lost her dad 4 days before this, or a few days before, and she came to the conference because she knew that she had wanted to. She was also going through some very professional problems as well. So there was a combination of things where when people come to a conference like this or anything, and we're talking about voiceover, right? So whatever we do in front of this microphone, whatever we do in life, all of these things will show up and they'll influence how we relate to how we sound when we talk. One of the things that Terry said in the bio at the very top was that I always say, big or small, every voice has value. Every voice matters. So the focus of this work, while it is still very day and date, commercial voiceover coaching, promo, narration, trailer, all of those apply. But where this program has really exploded is getting people to understand that the value of their voice at the very base of who they are is absolutely the most important and most it's the thing that should never be squelched, squandered, silenced. It just isn't. So when she spoke the way she spoke, I like to give people that space because they need to be able to bring what they bring to the conference. And I think the one thing about Vocation, and I will send a shout out to Karen and to Jamie, that conference was so different because we didn't have, and it's no disrespect to anybody else that does, whether it's one voice, whether that's voiceover, whatever. It's not about the multiple sessions at one time. Because we were all in one room,
Right.
we all had the focus at the same time, and it gave everybody the ability to just take in the moment like that, which I thought was really amazing. But so many people, Jim, have asked me if that was that a plant? Was she a plant? And she wasn't. She wasn't. That was happening
She was
in
a
real
great
time.
actress because it was real. It was feeling. It was emotion. It was something that was in the room that everybody felt. And I am not one to break down walls. I come from a radio background where you had to fight and scratch for everything you ever had. Becoming a voice actor has actually softened me. I know a lot of you guys are like, yeah, right. But I used to be a lot worse than I am now. And to be a part of that, to be a part of this community, but to be a part of that session, to be a part of that feeling, it's bringing me back now. It choked me up.
Yeah.
I came out and my wife was with me at the resort and she was outside waiting for me. She's like, what happened? I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, did somebody kick your puppy? I'm like, no, but I feel like somebody did. But I also felt good. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
Yeah.
as low as it got high.
He
Yeah, it
breaks
It
you
did.
was
down to build
there.
you
It
up.
was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I think what I try not to make this where I think J. Michael Collins coined me the crying coach, or he loves to call me now calls me the Mister Rogers of voiceover.
Oh, I was calling you
So
VO Dr. Phil that weekend.
yeah, it's it's not about trying to make people cry, right? But what happens is the TrueTell itself, the definition of the TrueTell is your 100% authentic opinion about everything you talk about. So what we're talking about is just getting real. We're getting vulnerable. It's the part of acting that really shows your true colors, but it's also the part of life where what buyers, let's just get really quickly into voiceover and we'll touch base on this, is buyers are looking for truth. That's what they want. They don't want you to give them what you think they want. And I know that people have heard commercials on television. People have come to me and said, it all sounds the same. We keep saying they want uniqueness, they want authenticity, but I keep hearing the same. What they want in the audition is you. They want your opinion and your point of view. The only friggin' way you can find opinion is by talking truthfully. If you start talking the way you think somebody wants, you're never going to get there. It's never going to happen. So what we do in this work is breaking it down to how the hell do you see the world? What's your purpose? And that's what we talked about in Costa Rica. And that's really been I've really been doubling down on that with clients in the last year. And it's really made a difference. When people stand in front of this beautiful microphone and say, what the hell am I doing here? Am I trying to book a job because my agent's been telling me if you don't book a job, we're going to drop you in 3 weeks? Am I doing it because I can't get a pay-to-play job? Those cannot be the reasons why you book. Those are the reasons you cannot be in voiceover. It's got to be about the creative aspect of it. It is a business, but it starts with creativity. It's got to come from soul. All of it's got to come from soul. Totally. So anyway,
Again,
I just threw that in.
Amen. Amen.
We're talking with Dave Walsh. You have any questions, put them in the chat, put a Q in front of your question. You went through, you talk about being your authentic self and being true to who you are and all that. You went through a situation that altered what your authentic true self was when you speak with your vocal cords. Can you give us a little bit of background on that and how you came out the other side? Because am I correct in saying that where you are today and what you're preaching and teaching is directly correlated to the incident that you had?
Yeah, it's 100% that. It is, and I've said this before, if anybody told me 15 years ago that this is what I'd be doing now, I would have said, you're insane. It came from when I was at the apex of my career, and it really was, I say this to make the story make sense, is that I was at the apex of my career where I had studied and coached and had done everything I needed to do and was literally riding a wave of success that was ridiculous for me. And then it all started to crash down one piece after another, where my voice, I couldn't project it. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't do it. Agents were asking, redo such and such, you hiccuped on this. I'd go to jobs at networks and they would say, David, you sound a little weak today. Can you pick it up? So I was pushing my voice to be able to be heard. What was happening was I had strangled my cords because people had told me that I had, first of all, I had reflux, I had a hiatal hernia, which I did, and I had to have that corrected because they thought that acid was causing my voice to be weakened, when it actually, the two things kind of happened at the same time. So once I had the surgery, the vocal problem didn't go away. I eventually found out that I had a disorder called spasmodic dysphonia, which is the medical term for the strangled voice syndrome. That's exactly what that is. And so it was a journey back working with a speech pathologist. There was only one choice of treatment for this, which was putting Botox injections into the vocal cords, which is the most ridiculous thing in the world that you could imagine people doing. And it causes your voice to go mute, completely mute for 3 months per injection. So I opted out of that and found the only doctor in the world that treated this without Botox. And he said, we all have what's called a vocal identity. We walk the planet as different people, husbands, wives, voice actors, podcast hosts, etc. And we have an idea that we need to chameleonize our voices as we talk. He said, your problem is you spent years trying to be a trailer voice, a promo voice, a commercial voice, etc. And now you've put yourself into a place we've got to get you out of. So it was a journey that took an enormous amount of time. And then I started to realize, I mean, I know I've said this before, and Jim, I said this in Costa Rica. I literally was ready to go down to my house in Palm Springs and put the car in the garage and turn the key. That's how bad it got. It got to the point where if I were not my voice, the fuck was I? Who was I? Did I even have value in this world? And that's why I said initially, and Michael Gonzalez, thank you for your note that you love that every voice matters. Every voice does matter, because getting to that point in my own life where I was really believing I had no purpose, I had no value, I never want to go there again. So that's what we work with people on in every aspect of their lives, is working with both actors and executives. I work with both, and getting people to understand that value and to embrace it. We have God-given voices. I talk about voiceover all the time. It is a gift. It isn't a profession. It isn't a vocation. It's a gift. What we do every day, how we're able to make people be empowered, make them resilient, make them educated, make them happy, make them sad. That's the gift we have as actors. So it isn't about how do I sound on this microphone that's going to please an agent, please a pay-to-play, please a client. It's the connection, the 100% connection to what you're talking about. Because you know how it is when you walk away from a microphone and that audition sucked?
Yeah.
And you walk away and you go, well, I got to send it. We all do that.
Yeah, we all do that.
But it's taking that time to really, really feel it. It's the difference between feeling it and trying to make it work. That's the bottom line. So that's how it all started.
Rebecca, here is your big debut. Your first question for one of our guests. Are you ready?
All right. Okay.
Here we go.
Is it from me or from the audience?
This is from you.
Oh,
one of
okay.
your questions.
All
right.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. All right, Dave. When did your family and friends believe that you had made it? It's not often the same as when we think we've made it. Like my favorite job was not the one where my family acknowledged suddenly I was a big deal to them. So can you recall what was the thing where your family and friends were like, "Oh, that's Dave! Yay, woo!" You know?
Wow, that's a good question. In terms of when they heard it, I would tell them maybe when it was on, but I think the thing that was really crazy for me, wow, I won't cry, but my mom would come to California and go with me to sessions, and my dad unfortunately passed away before I actually became successful as a voice actor. Okay. So I wasn't able to have him see what we did every day. But my dream was always to be on CBS. And the dream was to just say that the title card that they used to place, they still do, place in between commercials where they would just simply say, this is CBS. Mm-hmm. That was it. And so the goal in college was to be able to do that one day. And one day I drove to Television City in LA, CBS, and my mom came with me for a job, and we got out of the car and we started walking to the building. And on the side of the building, one side says Television City, the other side has a CBS in the logo. And she looked at me and she said, there it is. You did it.
Oh my goodness.
So it was that awesome moment when those small moments when like your parent remembers you wanting to do this, that this was your goal. Mm-hmm. And when you do, and you finally do it, it was kind of like, if it didn't happen after that day, it was okay, which it really wasn't. Yeah, but the fact that you actually had a moment and shared that with your parent who knew how much you wanted to do it, that was the moment. That was me. That was so cool.
You know, you mentioned mom. Really cool. You mentioned mom. I haven't made it in my mind big yet. I've done radio for 2.5 decades. I've been on radio commercials for most of my life, but there's a local car dealership, car group that I'm doing some local spots for, and my mom's in the listening area. And when that first commercial came on, she's like, "Are you doing Nashua Hyundai?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I
me.
love that.
Yeah, that's me. Me and your father will listen to it. It's all about the cars." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm selling cars, Mom. I
It's
am.
all about the cars,
All
ma.
about
It's
the
all about the
cars, Ma."
cars.
Yeah.
I love that.
So
That's great, man.
So as far as she's concerned, that's when I made it. But
Dude, yeah. No, everyone, I think we all have that own opinion of when we make it because we're always going to be our worst critic, right?
right.
Right.
But right. So the thing about this, just a quick comment about the opportunities in voiceover now that, that there are opportunities at the local level, the regional level, the national level, the international level. We have an opportunity now of telling stories globally that we never had before, not to this extent.
Right.
So for everyone working in your home studios, that includes Rebecca and Jim and everyone else, that it is about what you can do, the impact you can have in your own voice is exponentially bigger than you think it is. And knowing that being in your home studios and connecting to that work is the key to it, is that it's walking away from an audition effortlessly. It's not about the, manna from heaven every time you talk,
Yeah.
Right.
but it's about the connection. How did it feel? If it's an effortless conversation, you walk away from it, you send the MP3, So yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I guess Nevin used the same voice for his mother too.
Oh God, Nevin, God love you.
Your father lost the clicker. I don't know where it went, but
Your father lost the clicker.
Big B. This is not at all what I expected tuning in today. Welcome to the Microphone Insider, Big B. It's never what you expect. But I'm grateful for the vulnerability shared and the realism. I'm feeling called out and seen. Well,
There you go.
I just called you out
Welcome.
again.
Hey, Big B.
Yeah, welcome, Big B.
Welcome.
Welcome, Big B. That's awesome. And thank you for sharing that. Truly, man.
We have a question
Beautiful.
from Steve Ward. Rebecca, if you do the honors.
Sure. Question. How
honors.
do you help the honors? How do you help or any tips with A, dealing with or controlling, battling imposter syndrome, and B, getting out of your own way, getting out of your heads, our heads?
Absolutely. I think imposter syndrome, we all, get to a place where a book that I read a long time ago, which is called The Artist's Way, which
Yes.
is by Julia Cameron, which is just incredible. And one of the things that got me kind of settled was in the first 15 pages, I think, I remember sitting there reading it. And one of the things she says is, your art is not a hobby. I'll never forget that. That hit me. I remember it on that page like it was yesterday. And so when it comes to the imposter syndrome, we all think they're going to find us out at some moment. We all think they're going to basically say, yeah, you suck, you're out. Right? But I think when we have these communities like this now, where we have accountability groups, we have coaching sessions, we have workshops, we have all kinds of things, and the community itself, we all walk around. Nancy Wolfson, who's a celebrated, Nancy's one of the most well-known coaches in the business. Nancy said we're all like clowns in a clown car.
Doodaloo, 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 doo.
We're the freaks. We're the freaks in the clown car. And I always say to people, and I'll say this to you, Steve, be the freak. It's not about trying to have them find you out. It's when you do the thing that you do that is so you, that's the thing that stands on its own. Be the freak. That is so the most important thing for actors because they already have what they want. I know this is a story that's been told for decades. We can all have the same story. But right now, with diversity being what it is the moment of the freaks. This is the moment of the freaks.
Nice.
Truly.
Where was this back in
Flag fly.
1983? Jeez, I could have used that. Knowing
Yeah.
Steve, as I know Steve, he's very meticulous. He's very he's a school teacher. He's very needs to know the questions, the answers before he asks the questions. Sometimes thinks he knows the answers when he's asking them and phrases them that way. So part B, I think, is really what needs to be. What do you recommend for someone that is that focused on being, I don't want to say perfection, but as being that meticulous? What is your advice for getting out of someone like that's own way or out of their own head to be that freak?
You know what I got to tell you? And I mean this. My boyfriend Jake is watching, I think. Jake's a school teacher himself, and Jake teaches special ed, ninth grade. I'm not saying this because Jake's listening, but Steve, from one teacher to another, one of the things that makes Jake so unique in what he does is that he sees diversity. Jake is very much about diversity, about gender identity. He teaches children, they're 14-year-old kids, right? And one of the things that Jake can get in his head, just like everybody else, just like me, just like you. And the thing that makes his teaching, from what he tells me about his day, is he connects with the kids in a way that other teachers may not. That because they're special, because he deals with them and deals with them in maybe in a different way, he sees them for who they are. And the same thing for you. I know as a teacher, being very organized is one part of it, but the fact of getting out of your own head is the connection you have with your kids, okay? Mm-hmm. Getting to the connection of how you reach them, how they adapt, assimilate to whatever you're telling them. And there's a feeling, there's an energy. You know, Steve, you know when you reach the kids. I can guarantee you if you nod your head. You know when you reach them and you know when you don't. Come from that place of connection, which is what we're talking about. This entire hour is all about connection. It's all about that authenticity. So just, I would say, start from there. Don't try to make it where, am I reaching them? Because if the more that you focus on your voice and on what you think they're getting or not getting, that takes you out of the story. It takes you out of the moment and the focus. Does that make sense?
It does, actually. We interrupt our program for a quick karaoke song. Are you ready?
Oh, my God. Let's do it.
Freak out. Freak. The chic. Freak out.
Freak out.
Toot, toot. Hey, beep, beep.
Beep, beep. Hey, beep, beep.
And yes, Big B, it is an instant earworm. Let's see. We have a couple questions here. Let me go. Let's see. Michael Gonzalez, he's going to join the Freak Club. Mike, you are a member
Fry
already,
that flag.
Voice Freak Club.
Fly that
yes, you
flag.
are. Donna, DVR. The great DVR has a question for you. In your experience coaching both actors and executives, what are the most common barriers to authentic communication, and how do you guide individuals to overcome those challenges? Great question.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it's a very great question. When you're not on the clock, in the front of the microphone and the dais, working with leaders, working with your staff, or if you're working for a client for voiceover, it's worrying about, do they like me? Do I sound okay? Because these kinds of opportunities, these moments are where we're so focused on how we sound, how do we look, what we're saying. And that's when, if you've ever been to any kind of presentation and people are reading off of a teleprompter, I want to kill myself. I literally, because people are reading, it's like watching paint dry. Because they're so focused on the words that they're not connecting to it. The same thing with a script. If you're looking at the script and trying to read, you're trying to convince someone that you're connected to the words that you didn't write. And so that inauthenticity of how that feels to you is how it's going to sound to the person listening. Trust me, there's a direct connection between how it feels and how it sounds. If it feels connected, it is connected. If it doesn't feel connected, it won't sound connected.
Well, we always say you can hear a smile, you can hear a wink, you can hear an eyebrow raise, you can hear somebody point when they're pointing at each thing, and when we use air quotes, you can hear that. So why wouldn't you expect to hear that? I'm not asking you that question. I'm asking just a general question. I would think we would expect that if you're having a bad day, it's going to come across. If you're reading the words, it's going to sound like reading.
Right. So the commonality between you using your voice in front of the microphone or in front of staff and doing it with friends and family, when we step away from this session, from this great podcast, you're going to be using your voice. Your brain, heart, and soul are going to create words on the fly like this. And they're all going to sound authentic, but you wouldn't stop and say to your wife or your husband or your children, did I sound authentic? Who the hell does that, right?
Well, sometimes I ask my wife, do you believe that one? Did it sound authentic?
Did it sound? Can I go?
Please?
Yeah. Yeah, no. No, but it is that thing where it's like, what do you, if you're trying to listen to yourself, that's where the inauthenticity is. You can't rub your tummy and pat your head at the same time. You just can't. You can't try and be authentic at the same time.
Good point.
Nope. There you go.
Unabashed VO, his tactic for veering away from imposter syndrome is remembering that he is also an adult in the room. By the way, he's also works in special ed.
Nice.
So, and Steve wanted to say thank you for your answers and your feedback. So
you're welcome, Steve. Absolutely. I hope it helps. Thank you.
All right, 866-355-7892. No, it's not really a phone number. I'm just making it up. If you have a question for Dave, put it in the chat. Put a question in front of it. Rebecca, you had a couple of questions you want to ask Dave while we had him here. So why don't we grab one of yours right now?
Let's do that. I'm going to switch over to, I'll stay in the industry. Dave, what VO trend do you see coming or predict will be the next big thing? If you have a crystal ball.
Ooh. The JMC question.
That's a JMC question.
Yeah, it is.
Let me think.
Okay.
I would say, let me tell you where it should go.
Okay.
And I think it's going that direction is what we're seeing. Let's talk about promo for a second. Okay.
Let's do it.
What we're seeing in promo, particularly sports promos. So those of you that work in promo might be able to resonate with this. There has never been, and I think this is the same for commercials since COVID, there has never been such a collection of really good writing than there is now. A lot of commercials for Kia, for beer, particularly automotive. A lot of the commercials you may notice are life lessons, the things that we're learning from all the things in life, just kind of, and how they apply to, cars. With promo, sports promos in particular, the writing is all about the psychology of sports, the history of sports, the aspect of with football, the David and Goliath kind of feel. Football promos are very much written that way. They're looking for a lot of character work now. They're not looking for straight announce, particularly in sports. They want more character stuff. The reason I bring this up is AI. We're talking about the next wave.
Yeah.
Is that what I keep saying is there is going to be a nuclear holocaust in voiceover. And it's this. The amount of people that are in voiceover right now or trying to get into it is so high that at some point, if any of you have ever read the author Malcolm Gladwell's book, The Tipping Point, there will be a tipping point where it can only sustain so much. So with the advent of AI, where companies are coming in and they are literally lifting our voices and stealing our voices, the way to combat that nuclear holocaust is by being the cockroach of voiceover. It's about being the cockroach of storytelling, beating AI at its own game. So the interest right now really shouldn't be in what the next trend is. It's how to be the best storyteller you can possibly be in the formats that you work in. It is really, when I tell you guys, the most important thing of really doubling down on story, really doubling down on connection, doubling down on your TrueTell. Because there have been I've had examples of clients already that have been replaced by AI and then brought back from AI because the AI couldn't do it. It couldn't master the nuance. Now, that doesn't mean at some point it won't be able to do it. But right now, it doesn't have the ability to master the nuance of storytelling. And people in the corporate world, people in e-learning, corporate narration, explainer, etc., that's the world. And it's going to be all the worlds, but it's really these worlds of really, really, of day-to-day business storytelling that's going to get hit first. IVR, phone telephony has already gotten hit.
Yeah.
So I think this isn't about being a dark period. I think this is such an amazingly exciting time in voiceover because it's time to call everybody on their shit.
Basically.
Stop dialing it in.
Yep.
And know that tipping point, that it's giving yourself that ability to be the best possible storyteller you can. That's what they're looking for.
Hey, Dave, I'm getting something in my ear here. We have to go over to our correspondent, Terry Briscoe. We're going to call Terry out on this. Terry claims, fun fact, he can actually rub his belly and pat his head at the same time.
Do it,
Let's see
Terry.
it, buddy. Let's see it. All right,
Show
lift the
off.
hand up. Lift the hand up. All right,
I can't. I
now,
can't.
Now, rub your head and pat your belly.
I did.
I'll do it the other way. Rub your
Now,
head.
you gotta
Rub your
rub.
head.
No,
Rub the head and pat
rub
the belly.
the head.
I'm so confused.
Rub the head, dude.
Rub the head.
He can only do it one way.
He can only do it one way. I see that. Oh,
All
Terry.
right, hold on a second. You know what? Hold on here. We're going to
Moonwalk while
you know-
patting your head and rubbing your belly.
All right, hold on a second.
Nice try.
So we're going to rub the head and pat the belly.
I'm trying. I
don't
can't
know.
freaking do it.
It has
don't
been
know.
confirmed that Frank cannot do it.
I can't do it. I can't do it, damn it.
All right, fair enough.
No.
All right,
Fair
back
enough.
to the show. We now return to our regularly scheduled show, already in progress. Where'd that Dave go? Dave, where'd you go?
I'm here.
There you are,
I didn't
man.
go
Okay,
anywhere.
cool. All
There
right,
I
we
am.
have anywhere. I love it. Let's see, a couple questions
Where?
here. Let's get at. Speaking of connection, Nevin wants to know, without giving away your secrets, what's the easiest way to connect with and stay in your true voice when reading those scripts?
Know what you're talking about. Two things, Nevin. Know what you're talking about and knowing how you feel about what you're talking about. Absolutely. Do your homework because, if it's a company that has a website or they've got these new, discover, restore, all these words that are part of their mantra, go to their website because if you go to their website, guarantee you'll see those words in their HTML, in their copy. So understand what you're talking about. Don't stick a needle in a haystack and try. Really can do it. Yeah.
Mike Gonzalez wants to know, is the hokey pokey really what it's all about?
Oh, you bet your ass it is.
Now hop on one foot. Okay, we've lost control here. Terry actually wrote something here. I want to pull up, and I thought was kind of cool. There you go. The VO cockroach.
That's
Now
branding.
that's branding.
That's
Briscoe
it.
VO. The VO
There we go.
cockroach.
It is
There
the
you
VO
go.
cockroach.
The earth may explode.
That's
I'll be
memorable.
here and taxes. Terry Briscoe. All right. Let's talk about your coaching. As we have about 10 minutes left in the show. I'd like to stay true to your time. Let's talk about your coaching. And you're going to offer something on the Facebook page. Not
Yes.
tonight, because I have our code, which, by the way, I have
Right.
the code. It's already set, ready to go. I'll give it to you right now while we're talking about it. It's Lee, L-E-E, in honor of Rebecca Lee. Lee 20, all capital
code.
letters. Capital L, capital E, 20. And that will get you 20% off any of our workshops that are going right now, including auditor tickets for JMC. Participation tickets and auditor
Nice.
tickets for Mark Sweeney or Liz Atherton. So go to themicrophoneinsider.com, themicrophoneinsider.com, and you'll see it right there. Click on it. Lee, L-E-E, all capital letters, and then 20, and get yourself 20% off. If it does not
There you
work, email me, jim@jimfrank.com, and I will make it work. That code is only good until midnight tomorrow night Eastern time. It is an in-show only. Please do not share with your friends and relatives. It's not going to be posted anywhere. It's a gift to you guys for tuning in to season 2, episode 1. Now, with that being said, Dave has a coupon that he's going to post off of his coaching on either over the weekend or on Monday.
Yeah, we're going to do it on Monday.
And that will be a 24-hour as well situation for his coaching services. Give us a little information about your coaching services, if you would, sir.
So the coaching services run the gamut. I mean, those of you that have coached with me know that we offer the one-on-ones, obviously, and there's also auditioning packages as well. If you have a last-minute audition, if my schedule allows it, we can also coach that way. There's 2 subscription packages we have, one for 3 months and one for 6 months. So these will all be part of the special offer on Monday, and we'll get you more details about that, as Jim said, on the Facebook page come Monday, and that will also be only a 24-hour code that'll be available. And I'd like you to keep that to, again, as Jim said, the people that have taken the time tonight and support this incredible podcast, these amazing people that do this for you every week.
Every other week.
I'd like you to every other week. Sorry.
Yeah. We're not that amazing.
Oops. So out of respect for them and for this, I'd ask you to keep the same, keep it to yourselves if you see this on Monday, and kind of keep the code to the folks that are here as best you can.
What we say, Dave, is let's keep this on the inside.
Let's keep it on the inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
I put
absolutely.
the code. I put the code and the website in the chat. So if you guys need that, it's right there. Go for it. DF Raisin, hey, dude.
Oh wait,
Jeez.
where is he? Is he here?
He's here.
There he
What's
is.
up, buddy? Hey, man, I heard about your accident. We all heard. We all love you. We're so glad you made it. Let's connect outside of this because I'd love to talk with you, buddy. Definitely.
Yeah, and I meant to say, Jim, I forgot to mention that DF and I have done some work together, and I knew about the accident. He had told me. So what I had wanted to say is that, yeah, he did come through it, and he'll share with you his own personal experience. But yeah, he's a tough guy. He's doing pretty well, but he's got he's doing pretty well. So I'll let you catch up with him. But he's a great guy. He's a really
DF's
amazing.
awesome.
Oh my God!
When I first saw DF Raisin, I called him dumb fuck Raisin, just as a joke. But it is what it is. And then I met the guy, and I was like, God, he's gonna kill me. But he's such a nice guy, and we become great friends. So
sweet guy.
Glad you're doing so much better to the DF by all means.
Yeah.
Let's see. Julie says, "Hey,
Hey, Julie.
Tabs made it from multitasking. Awesome. Hey, we're getting close to the end here, so we'd like to have a little speed round of questions with you, Dave, if you don't mind. These are kind of one question, one answer questions. One or two.
One or two word answers.
Yeah. One or two, 3 word answers. Okay. Speed round. So Rebecca's going to ask one. I'll ask one. We'll go back and forth. All right. So take a sip of water, and here we go.
All right, drum roll. I know you got a
All
drum
right.
roll sound effect somewhere. All right,
Do I? No, I don't drum roll. Do I?
Okay.
Hold on. Nope, that's not it.
That is
That's a correct answer.
There we go. All right, ready. Dave, hair or bear?
Oh, bear.
There we go.
Have you ever worn socks with Crocs, aka sandals?
Never.
Sweet or spicy?
Sweet.
Is double dipping at a party ever acceptable?
Yes, but no one's looking.
Black or white?
Black.
Good answer. If Voldemort offered you a hug, would you accept?
No.
Wine or spirits?
Wine.
Would you rather cuddle with a baby panda or a baby penguin?
Oh, a panda.
Oh, yay. Halloween or Christmas?
Christmas.
Yay.
Name one of the 7 dwarfs.
Sleepy.
Oh, most people say dopey.
Sleepy.
All right, fine.
Sleepy.
Very good. Is that all of them?
That's it. And now I just want to think of more just because. That was fun.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, favorite number?
I'm sorry. 5.
Sourdough,
What's
wheat,
your-
or white?
White.
Who has
What's
it
your
easier,
sign?
men or women? Oh, I'm sorry, Rebecca.
What's your
Man.
sign?
My sign is Aquarius.
What's the fastest
Angel
speed you've ever driven in a car?
125.
Who are those women walking behind you?
Right.
That's a good question. All right. New segment here coming up. I want to do, I saw this at a conference, part of a group we're in, but this is called 2 Lies and a Truth.
Uh-oh.
And Rebecca, you're going to be quizzed here.
Me?
Okay? Yeah, the pressure is on you. The
Yeah,
pressure
this is you,
on
Rebecca. This isn't me. This is not me. The pressure's off
All
me now.
right.
Yeah.
Right, it's off you
so,
now.
So, Dave, would you like me to? I'll read the 2 lies and a truth.
Okay.
Rebecca, if you have any questions you want to ask Dave about these lies and truths, you can. And then you're going to have to tell us which one's the truth.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do this. Let's rock.
Dave is an accomplished spoon player. Dave does not know how to ride a bicycle. Dave once voiced coached Anderson Cooper.
And I'm guessing the truth.
Yes. Do you have any questions to try to figure out which is which?
No, I didn't. Okay, no, but my knee jerk reaction, my gut reaction is that Dave, you don't know how to ride a bike?
Wow. That is correct.
Let's put it this way. I do know how to ride a bike. I haven't ridden it in years. And when I do it, it scares the living shit out of me.
It's really awkward and clumsy. Yeah, it's
and
really...
I think that's really what it is that I really, I think it's the imbalance of it. Then, of course, being at this age, I look like an idiot. It's really more that. It's probably more the embarrassment of it that every time I try to do it, I'm like, well, I'll do it another time when nobody's around.
I understand
yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
I get it.
So what made you think it was the bike?
That was just, as soon as I heard it, I kind of just looked off to the side and I was like, that sounds about right. I just don't know why. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I would have
can't
thought you were an
believe that.
accomplished spoon player. I was going to ask
No,
you about different
you know
types
what
of
it was?
spoons.
My dad was an accomplished spoon player.
Oh, no
My
kidding.
my dad did that. Yeah, that's what the lie came from, because he did. And then I realized after I sent it to you, Jim, I'm like, no one's gonna know what a spoon player is.
Take two
Just
spoons.
glossed over that one.
No one's gonna know. No, not
Dave,
at all.
thank you for being a part of this wacky thing we call the Microphone Insider video podcast. It
No, you're
really,
welcome.
it was really great to. Wait a second. This just in.
Uh-oh.
And why would anybody say shush? Why would anybody say shush?
Wow.
Rebecca
That's
isn't
how I
great
could-
on a bike either. She was
And I'm
recently involved in a
not.
bicycle accident. Oh, do tell.
Oh, Dorian.
Well, first
Do
of all,
tell.
it was Burning Man. It's Burning Man. I don't remember the accident. So there we go. So
Girl,
that
your
might
wife-
have something to do with it.
Your wife just sold you under the bus.
She
Oh my
narked
God.
on me. She narked on me. Honey.
She's
It's
going to
okay.
be our
Yeah, honey.
third.
That's okay.
She's going to be
Right.
part of the show pretty soon. I'm telling you right
Don't
now.
worry. I'm going to have some more material at our next show, Dorian.
Dorian.
Since we like
God.
telling secrets and shit.
I love that, man. That's beautiful.
That's great.
And Brandon Keener just said he knows what a spoon player is.
Yes, he
Brandon
does. He's
Keener's
from the South. Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Terry's got a set
Nice.
for each hand now. There we go. Microphone
Good stuff.
Insider Dave, thank you so much, man. This has been awesome. Be on the lookout on Monday for that code that'll be posted either by Dave
Yes.
himself or by one of us, the Microphone Insider, on our Facebook
Yes.
page. Keep it on the inside, if you would. And remember, Lee, all capital letters, LEE 20 for 20% off any of our upcoming TMI workshops as well. Dave, thank you so much, man.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so
both.
much, Dave.
Thank
It's
you
been
both. Terry,
great.
thank you. Thank you both. This is really cool. And Rebecca, I'm so glad to know that you're a part of this. And Jim, thank you for creating this great opportunity. I'm always very appreciative of people that take the time to bring the community closer and closer and closer. This is a yeoman's job, everybody. So please give them love. This is really a great thing to do. And Terry, also thank you for your help as well. And
Thank you,
I'll see y'all
Terry.
soon.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
y'all.
Thank you.
Have
Bye,
a great
everybody.
night.
Very welcome.
This is a passion project, and just so you guys know, all of our all the money collected through TMI, through our workshops, and everything else that we do, all that money goes back one way or another. Whether it pays for this video platform we have email services, website services, but we sent 2 people to Dallas. We're going to send at least 2 people to Atlanta. We gave away an Apollo solo during the Christmas in July. So we're not making money off of this. This is for us to give back to you. That's why we try to keep our prices as low as we can without undervaluing our coaches. I don't know if you guys have noticed the sudden increase in coaching prices as everything in the world is going up. I get it. We're trying to keep our prices as low as possible, and by offering 20% off to you guys for being a part of our crazy first show of season 2 is why we're doing that back for you. We have something big planned for October as well. I'm not going to tell you about it as of yet, but it is called VOtober. I was going Voxtober, but VOtober.
Votober.
Yeah, VOtober, and we're going to have some great prizes given away during every show in October, and there's 3. And one of those shows is on Halloween, so you know there'll be a trick or a treat. And it'll be a treat. I'm just telling you right now. Oh, God, how'd I forget? Oh,
What did you forget? What did we forget?
I forgot the merch shop.
Oh, the merch shop. You got to show
We
the
have
merch, baby.
merchandise now. Yeah, we have insider hats.
Yeah, we do. Y'all want it.
We have shot glasses, golf balls. Heck, I think
need
we
the
have
hoodie. I need the
thong
hoodie.
in there too. We have hoodies. We have clothes for your dog. We have clocks, all kinds of stuff.
Coffee mugs.
Coffee mugs. There you go, Terry. Can I just bring you up here, Terry? Is that possible? How do we do that?
Can we get him another little
Yeah,
circle?
we can look at this.
Oh
On the
no,
fly.
you just cloned yourself.
We don't need more gyms.
Okay. Let's get a Turi up here
I
instead.
did do that, Jeff.
There we
I
go.
did do that.
So anyhow, thanks a lot for being a part of the show. Terry's going to be our in-show announcer when we get that all hammered out. Of course, if Terry can cook it, you can too. Mike Cunningham coming back, well, actually joining us on our next show with some tech tips. And we have Lala Peters coming up. Laura's an agent in Boston. She runs the Talent Inner Circle. She has Nevo coming up in October as well, and a lot going on. Then Mark Sweeney's coming up on the first show in October, and Mark's gonna be a fun one. Pretty dope show.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be nice. Yeah.
So what do you think,
Don't
Rebecca?
miss it, y'all.
Hold on,
Oh,
let me put you as a rose between two thorns here. Here we go.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Looks better
There we
than
go.
one.
I feel cozy now. Y'all.
There you go. Hold on, Terry. Let's give her a hug, Terry.
Get in there. Get in there.
Let's get right in there, Terry. Yeah.
Squeeze.
Let's get
Now I
inside her.
feel
No,
secure.
microphone inside her. That's for you.
Now I feel microphone insider.
Yeah, either way.
See,
Guys,
first
thank
show.
you.
Y'all know too damn much already.
Dorian, thank you for being a part of the show, and I look forward
Dorian.
to more and more Dorian as the world turns and everything goes on. So lots of people saying goodbye. 3 cheers for merch. Just a bunch of stuff. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great
Avita,
Thursday.
Say goodbye.
Oh, check that out, huh?
Good.
What is that, Lawrence Welk? Or is that...
The song, oh Jesus, from Sound
Not
of
Lawrence
Music.
Welk.
That wasn't Lawrence Welk? Adios. Au
On
revoir.
that note, I'm gonna keep my day job.